Well, good Friday morning. Meteorologist Kerry Cooper here as we take a look at our roofing 911 Skycam network up in Jasper. Skies are partly sunny to mostly cloudy and certainly hasn't been much rain today. We're looking for a lot less coverage of showers and thunderstorms today compared to the last few days. The reason being that trough of low pressure that's been over our area across southeast Texas and southwest Louisiana the last 2 or 3 days. It's beginning to weaken considerably today, and it's moving out too. Some of the vorticity disturbances within that trough have now moved out. So we're only looking for a 20, maybe 30% coverage later today with daytime heating. So it will be a little bit warmer. We're expecting highs to be in the low 90s. This afternoon, of course, we stayed in the upper 80s to low 90s yesterday, but probably 91, 92 later this afternoon. Our roofing 911 Skycam network over in Orange, sponsored by the Horseman's Western Store. Partly sunny conditions there, some cumulus clouds there, so get a little heating going. There'll be a few showers and storms popping up this afternoon, but certainly a lot less coverage than what we've seen over the past few days. That's for sure. Until that'll change, though, coming up late tomorrow. We expect showers and thunderstorms to move into the area from the north with another disturbance, which we'll talk about a little bit later in just a few moments. So our roofing 911 Skycam network here in Beaumont, sponsored by Packard and LaPrade. Partly sunny skies, mid-level clouds out there, and we'll see partly sunny skies this afternoon. Kind of a mix of low and high clouds this afternoon. Temperatures running right now in the mid to upper 80s across the area. We started out this morning in the mid to upper 70s across southeast Texas. Pretty warm and humid. Of course, we had a little bit of rain come in last night with a disturbance from northern Louisiana. A lot of that activity weakened, though, as it worked down into the triangle. But there was some light amounts anyway as that shower activity came on in. But we expect a few showers to develop this afternoon. Once again, that coverage 20 to 30%. Our roofing 911 Skycam network outside our 12 studios here, sponsored by Mid-County Plumbing. Skies are partly sunny as well this afternoon. Once again, getting into the lower 90s, 91, 92 later today. So certainly a little bit warmer than it has been across southeast Texas over the last couple of days. And we're not expecting any severe weather at all today. That's good news. In fact, as we said, just a slight chance of showers this afternoon as that trough, which we'll get to in just a few minutes, continues to weaken, and the disturbances are now moving on out. So that's the reason for less in the way of shower and thunderstorm coverages today. Any showers that do develop may linger into this evening. Then, of course, we'll wait that better chance late tomorrow. Our roofing 911 Skycam network over in Lake Charles. Take a tour over into southwestern Louisiana. Partly sunny to mostly cloudy skies over there this morning as well. And of course, we'll look at radar in just a moment, but just not much out there. We're fairly stable this morning. That trough is weakening and moving on out. So get a little bit of break from the widespread showers and thunderstorms anyway across southeast Texas today. And notice the water there, part of the Calcasieu River, pretty slick. So there hasn't been much in the way of wind, that's for sure, across southeast Texas. Of course, up in the lakes area, things are partly sunny as well. So not too bad. Get a little break from the widespread rain anyway. Temperatures, well, they're pretty warm, mid to upper 80s. 87 in Houston, 88 Conroe and Huntsville. Notice we're running in the mid 80s in the lakes area, mid 80s in the triangle as well. 85 Lake Charles, 83 in Beaumont, 87 over in Orange. So kind of a mild to warm start this morning, warming into the lower 90s coming up this afternoon with light winds. Certainly winds won't be a factor, that's for sure. They haven't been for the last several days. Heat index, well, there will be a heat index, the air temperature in the low 90s, the humidity out there. But right now the heat index running in the mid 90s across the area, some lower 90s across southwest Louisiana. That's what it feels like. That's not the actual air temperature. It's the heat index, but already feels like close to 100 in Houston. You got to remember the Houston area, the last 2 or 3 days, they haven't seen much rain. That trough that's been right over our area, they've stayed on the west side of that, so they've had fewer showers and storms over there. So they've really been heating up. Already a heat index in the Houston area of 99. All right, let's take a look at radar. It's been fairly quiet. Should stay that way the rest of the day, other than a couple of showers developing. The heaviest storms are well to our south in the Gulf, well to the south of Sabine Pass, and actually a few light showers west of Anahuac and just east of Houston. Very small showers there. And these are moving away from the area. So a little break in the rain this afternoon, most areas anyway. Once again, there'll still be a 20 to 30% coverage later today with heating and the lingering moisture. But the upper level dynamics that we've had across the area, which we'll show you in just a moment, are now weakening and moving out. Now we do expect an upper level disturbance, a strong one, fairly strong one, to come in from the northwest late tomorrow, which we'll get to in just a moment, because that should give us a pretty good risk of showers and thunderstorms late in the day tomorrow, and those will contain some gusty winds and lots of lightning. Across the rest of the state, it's actually pretty quiet. We got one little disturbance with a flare-up of thunderstorms around Wichita Falls, upper level disturbance there. And of course we have the showers offshore our coastline and a few south of Lafayette and Atchafalaya Bay. That's it. Very quiet. Big ridge of high pressure in the upper atmosphere continues out to the west. I want to show you that upper air pattern in just a moment. But good news, still dry weather for central and south central Texas. A couple of clusters of thunderstorms, as we said, northwest Texas and extreme northeastern Oklahoma this morning. A few little showers around Memphis as well. You can see everything rotating around that large area of high pressure in the upper atmosphere. These upper level disturbances like to ride along the periphery of those ridges, and we'll see that, talk about that for next week coming up in just a moment. Now, as we take a look at across the nation, well, pretty quiet in the southeast. Of course, the west seems to always be quiet this time of the year. A lot of hot weather expected there, and some showers and thunderstorms also in portions of Kansas, Nebraska, on into portions of Montana this morning, seeing a few showers there. As we said, the southeast is pretty quiet, the northeast in pretty good shape. Florida, you normally see thunderstorms a lot in the summer. You're fairly quiet as well due to high pressure in the upper atmosphere. So that's what we're going to get to now. We'll spend a few minutes on this because this is pretty much controlling our weather over the next few days. Of course, we have high pressure way out to the west. That'll start building toward our area a little bit next week. We'll get to that in a moment. There's where the big ridge is out west. Weaker ridge over Florida that's beginning to weaken. Now, this trough of low pressure we've had over the area, it moved in a couple of days ago. Upper level disturbances within that trough. It is now sliding eastward, and the disturbances within it are moving away as well. That's the reason for much less rain chances today at only 20 to 30%. So that trough's moving out, so we get a little bit of a break today, but still you can see quite a bit of moisture though across the area. So with heating this afternoon, a couple showers and storms possible. Now put this in motion. Here comes our next disturbance. It's up in Oklahoma, northwest Texas. Now that'll move into the area. Notice the time stamp here. That's tomorrow, 5 p.m. Now once this disturbance comes in from the northwest, of course we'll have daytime heating tomorrow. We'll be in the low, maybe 93, maybe 94 tomorrow. But with heating and that disturbance coming in and certainly plenty of moisture, these storms tomorrow afternoon will contain lots of lightning and some gusty winds. Hopefully no severe winds, but there'll be some wind gusts and certainly lots of lightning within these storms tomorrow with that disturbance there. And then we get rid of the storms late tomorrow into tomorrow night. We get a little break on Sunday. See that? Sunday afternoon. There's tomorrow evening's disturbance. Move through. A little break. We actually dry out a little bit. There's a weak front too. Very minor. Works on down. This is going to add to the lift tomorrow a little bit in the atmosphere, but a little bit drier air for Sunday. So only a 20% coverage expected Sunday near the coast. That's it. Now as we head into next week, the high we've been showing you out west going to start expanding a little bit to the east, but the core of it will stay well west of us. Now we'll still see ridging here. You see that in the kind of red shading just a moment. But before we get to that, notice Monday. Of course, there's Saturday's system well to our south. We get the break on Sunday. Here's another little disturbance rotating around the ridge. That's vorticity there. We have lift as well on Monday. So Monday will be close to that. 30–40% coverage there late Monday afternoon. We'll see where this actually ends up. Models kind of bouncing on its exact location in the upper atmosphere for Monday afternoon. Now, so we head into Tuesday, we get rid of that system. We start getting a little bit of ridging. You see the core of the ridge though is still way out to the west, but it's starting to ridge eastward. That'll limit our showers. Our shower and thunderstorm coverages will begin to decrease, okay, beginning on Tuesday a little bit. And as we head into Wednesday, same thing, a little bit stronger ridging, but another little disturbance. We cannot go zero on rain chances on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday of next week. We're on what we call the ring of fire. These little black lines you see there, those are upper level disturbances. This is moisture, the green, and you'll show you that on the 7-day in just a moment. Rainfall totals over the next 6 to 7 days. Most of this will happen tomorrow, about 1/2 to 1 inch as that line of storms comes in late tomorrow. And futurecasts the rest of the afternoon, well, fairly quiet. Like I said, there'll be a couple pop up this afternoon into this evening, but most areas should stay dry. High temperatures in the lower 90s. A few showers that do develop later today may linger into this evening as well, as possible, before they die out. Then there'll be another chance, of course, tomorrow. Now, here's what we're going to be watching is late in the day. We'll start heating up. Should get up at least 90, 91. There's that line of storms coming in from the north. It's a strong upper level disturbance. We showed it to you a while ago on our upper air map. And these are pretty heavy storms here. These will work into the triangle probably around 5:30 tomorrow. It should move through fairly quickly, so no flooding really expected. About 1/2 to 1 inch as the complex or the line moves through late in the day tomorrow with some gusty winds and lots of lightning. Well, great news still in the tropics. Look at that. Nothing in the Gulf, Caribbean. Atlantic is quiet. Had a weak system way out east of the islands. That's fizzled out. A lot of dust out there too. So as long as that continues, we're not expecting anything at all in the tropics over the course of the next 7, 8, probably even 9 days. Looks pretty quiet. Hopefully it will stay that way. Now, your marine forecast, if you have any plans heading to the beach or even up to the lake, which we'll get to in just a moment, looks good. Not much wind this afternoon, west 5 to 10 knots, water temperature at 87. Now, your Sam Rayburn forecast for Lake Sam Rayburn tomorrow, Saturday. Plan on going up there, camping, bass fishing. Well, good chance of thunderstorms after about 1 or 2 o'clock, so keep that in mind. 80% coverage for the lakes area tomorrow on Sam Rayburn. Some of those could be pretty heavy too in the afternoon. Winds will shift to the northwest as that squall line or complex of storms moves through parts of the lakes area. This afternoon, we'll give it a 20 to 30% coverage of showers and thunderstorms. High temperatures in the lower 90s. And not much wind out there, very light out of the southwest and west tonight. A few evening showers lingering, that's about it. Not a big deal later today or this evening. And I think most of the thunderstorms overnight should stay to our northeast, around Alexandria down toward Lafayette, mid to upper 70s, so pretty warm again coming up for tonight. All right, 7-day forecast, couple of storms later today, the coverage 20 to 30%. 70% coverage coming up for tomorrow. Those storms late tomorrow, as we said a few times already during this weathercast, will contain gusty winds, lots of lightning, and will be probably stable on Sunday. You get a big complex or a line late tomorrow. Sunday will be fairly stable from that. We'll give it just a 20% coverage on Sunday. Then remember that we had that other disturbance to our west, or just to our west on Monday. Right now we'll go 40% there. Then slowly drying as we head toward Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday of next week, but can't go 0 Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday just yet. Now, of course, we'll look at some new data here in a couple hours this afternoon, but right now looking like still at least a 20% coverage on Wednesday and Thursday of next week. And with less rainfall, fewer showers, that means some hotter temperatures. Let's check our phone lines and see if we've had any questions come in. Let's see this afternoon. I have one question here. Person asking, is there a risk of severe weather tomorrow afternoon?